Hello everybody, Imminent Storm here, and welcome back to Transport Fever. In the last episode, we were able to get a rail connection up to Skyhold, the highest altitude city. Well, really isn't much of a city, it's kind of a little town here on this particular map. So we are actually not that far away from the summit of the mountain here. So, that was a bit of a challenge to get this to work, because we had to drop a lot of altitude. It involved two different helixes where we looped around through here to come out there, and then looped around through there to come out there. So we need to get a train on here, because we actually don't have a train on here yet. So I need to get a depot on it and throw a train on there, decide what kind of train we want to put, and then I think we'll ride it, and then we'll decide what it is we're going to do next. So, let's go ahead and just get started on that. I don't think we've put any signals on this yet. No, there are no signals. So I think that's going to be the first thing we're going to do, is get some signals here. Alright, and we'll throw a set of signals right about there. And right here. Just want to avoid putting the signals in the actual tunnel. And then up here, though, we do need probably two terminals. Yeah, I don't think we actually needed two terminals here, but it's alright. I think what we're going to do is we're going to use this straightish section of the track here to do our diamond. And just throw our signals right there. Alright, so now we can go put in our depot, and I want to put it down here at the bottom of the track. Well, primarily because I think this is just going to be the easiest place to do it. So, that ought to do. Okay, now we need to decide what kind of train we're going to put on here. Even though I did electrify it, we don't necessarily need to go electric. And I'm not thinking we want to go with a very large train here, actually. So you have two options. We can go with one or two, large trains, or we can go with a bunch of little ones. And let's just see what we've got as far as electric multi-units. Red arrows. It's only 428 horsepower. Let's see, 106 passengers. I want to use probably something that I haven't used yet. Stadler Flirt. 225 passengers is a bit much. 37 passengers. So front and rear. So I'm not really worried about top speed either. 4,000 horsepower. Horsepower is going to be a concern here, given that it's basically maximum slope all the way up the mountain. I don't want the train going too slow. What's the horsepower? 600 horsepower. That's just not going to cut it. What about you guys? 2,700 horsepower? What I may have to do is throw something on here and just see what it looks like. Like, I'm thinking like something maybe like this. If we're gonna go electric. My other thought was maybe go with an old, like a steam locomotive. We would need to find one with some pretty decent horsepower that isn't a big boy. You know, something like that could work. 2,000 horsepower, 2,300. This is like a 3,000 horsepower. Like something like that. That's 3,900. But you know what? We put electric on this track, so I think we're going to go ahead. I'm going to put... Let's buy one of those. And if I like it on the way up the hill, then we'll keep it. We'll use it. Problem is, I didn't actually create the line yet. Alright, so we're going from here. It's going to be a very simple line. To there. Train passengers, Skyhold climb. Alright. So, let's go ahead and throw that on there. Can this guy be recolored? Oh, not really. Alright, let's hop aboard. And let's see what it looks like. I didn't double slip that junction. Don't need to do that. My question would be, what kind of speed does it get up to and hold here as we climb? Alright, so we're going to be heading into the first helix. We're at 70 miles an hour. That's not bad. If we can do 80 going up these hills, that's good, because that's about where I kind of aimed to put the speed on these curves. Yeah, we're over 80. Hit 90. I gotta slow down to 80 because of the radius on the curve. This is a long piece of tunnel. It's kind of why I like the other helix, because it has that little bit on the outside that breaks up the whole... the tunnel a little bit. Alright, and here we go. Coming out here. In the valley, and then we're going to cross over the valley on this bridge. Almost hitting 100 miles an hour going up this hill. I think this is going to be a winner for us. So once we get to the top of the route, then what we'll do is we'll throw a second one of these on here. Alright, heading into the second helix. And here's we get a little brief emergence onto the surface. Coming up here in a moment. Oh, that's giving me a weird visual effect there. Alright, there we are. You can see down the valley that way. Get a brief glimpse. Alright, it's going to cut speed for this curve. Here we are. Coming into the Skyhold station. Yep. That is definitely going to work. Alright, let's get a second one of those and send that on up. I don't remember which one I picked. It's going to be this guy. Alright, so with that up and running, what do we want to do next is what I was trying to say. Alright, make sure that's double slipped. Oh, we also need to make sure that there's a signal on here. There we go. Well, we kind of have to decide what we're going to do with the rest of our time on this particular map. Because the release date for Transport Fever 2 has been announced. It is December 11th. And today is November 14th. So we've got a little bit less than a month before Transport Fever 2 comes out. And that's when I'm going to want to put this series to bed and then move on to Transport Fever 2. So, that is a lot of oil piled up there. What I think I want to do is make sure that all of the cities on the map are connected to passengers at the very least. So, let's take a look. All of these cities down here, all of these cities except... No. This guy had passengers. So all of these guys have passengers. Okay. Randgrees, Brule, Windurst now all have passengers. These guys all have passengers. This entire side of the map has passengers. Good. All of this stretch has passengers out to Olda. Now, the ones that do not have passengers at the moment are these cities in this area here. Revelstone, Raccoon City, Ishgard, Dol Guldur, Orodruin, Limsa, West City, Whiterun. They all do not have any passenger routes yet. So, we need to figure out how we want to get passengers out to some of these cities. Let's see. I mean, most likely to West City could be. We could create a couple of lines that utilize this track. Maybe. If we were to come out of this station, it would be somewhat awkward. I don't know, we could come out this direction and kind of arc around here and then cross over to here. And then we would have a shot towards Whiterun. And then we could connect to Ulda from there. As a bit of a kind of shortish route. And then we could kind of branch at West City to create a line that then goes out towards Limsa, and then heads toward Orodruin there. Ishgard, Raccoon City, Revelstone. And then swing around and maybe come into Brule. It's a thought. So that route would pick up most of the cities. If we could do those two. One there, well, one going here and then branching, to go this direction and to go this direction. And then we would just need to branch a spur out here to Dol Guldur to pick that up. I think that's a plan. And if we get that accomplished and we still have some time, then we'll go do some freight. We'll do another freight line somewhere. And, yeah. And then see what we can get done before the new game comes out. How many passengers do you have on board? 40. That's not bad. How many passengers are waiting? 27 and 15. Yeah, getting there. Wait for the train to clear out of the station before we start making changes. that does not put that on the side that I wanted it to be on. Alright. 52 on that train. Alright, so track layout. That'd be more something that I would want to have it laid out with. All right. And what we're going to need to do is change how this connects here. This is going to be a slight headache. Slight headache. Okay, just gonna have to wiggle over there. And then this shouldn't be too bad. It does get a little bit of wiggle on there. But if I were to make any adjustment, that guy's house would not survive. Oh. Excuse me. Actually, it would. How about that? Oh, does that make a mess? And excuse me. Oh my. Oh, that makes a terrible mess. Oh, let's fix that. Well, that should allow me to put the diamond on the outside of the tunnel, which is actually better. And then get those signals back in there. And now we just need to change what terminals are being used. Okay, so you need to be on terminal 3, and you need to be in terminal 2. Good. And that is annoying. Did that put that up there? And I can't get to it to close it. Oh, there we go. All right, and that gets us our track over here. that we can begin working in this direction. And that's going to need to expand out to 2 tracks. Oh, and there's our autosave. Okay, so how far are we going to want to run on this bank before up is like the whole thing under there? No, I'd rather have it like kind of split it up. Little bits of tunnel, little bits of surface. Yeah, that works. I think probably about here is where we're going to want to make the turn. And then we're going to have to figure out where the station's going to be. Because now that I look at this thing is just on the side of a hill, which, you know, that's just par for the course with this map. Let's see, we had the plastics plant. I'm thinking we're going to need this whole area here. We're probably going to have to do a lot of terrain remodeling. So, let's get to it then. Now, this particular terminal or station is going to need to go 2 directions. There and there. So, we can do that Y station. Which I'm not sure we're going to have time to begin putting together. Because we're kind of at the end of the episode here. So, that may be where we start next episode. Is starting to try to get this station in here to go in the directions we want. Or I could send them both in this direction and try and keep the train above ground as much as I can, heading in their weight run. I'll have to think about it. But for now, we're going to end the episode here. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment. And I will see you next time.